From ferocious leg kicks that can even scare the likes of Khabib Nurmagomedov to his well-thought-out game plan and strategies, here's why Justin Gaethje will beat Rafael Fiziev in their fight on 18th March.
Is back and sticks the landing once again.
Honestly, Dana White really made fans happy with this fight's confirmation back in January 2023. And what better place to do it than the UFC 286? Everyone's super excited to witness this one, especially since most of us have been waiting for so long. I mean, news of this bout has been circulating since July 2022. Remember when Rafael won the best Rafael battle at UFC Vegas 58? He's been eyeing Justin since then, and has now openly challenged him, saying that if Gaethje wasn't scared, he should come in and accept this offer. Well, clearly, the 34-year-old isn't afraid, and if anyone should be, it's Fiziev, because let me tell you something, Justin Gaethje is not to be messed with. He's perhaps the most destructive force, not just in the lightweight division or the UFC, but in all combat sports. And yeah, don't worry, I can back that up. The man's well-conditioned. He runs at a sprinter's speed. He's also mentally strong, so no one can ever get under his skin, and he can easily block out pain and other distractions. With his brutally efficient kicks that can take the legs out from under any opponent, Justin is here to win this fight and every fight that follows. Gaethje is one of those very few powerful people in this sport who can take a punch or two but still maintain their performance. You simply cannot tire him out. I mean, he's just the kind of guy who will do everything a little better than anyone else in sports. It doesn't matter if he's never played it before. His athleticism is just up there. Plus, he knows that. The fighter said that if it weren't for his size, he could have played any other sport he'd wanted to, professionally. Fun fact, he was quarterback in high school with one of the best arms among many teams. And if this skill doesn't convince you, maybe the fact that he's got one of the best coaches in MMA will, who's known for amazing game plans. Oh, and speaking of coaches, here's what Javier Mendez said of this champion. For those who don't know, Mendez prepared former MMA champion Khabib Nurmagomedov to fight Justin in what turned out to be the last fight of Khabib's career. Mendez said that his constant training point for Khabib was working on defending Gaethje's ferocious kicks. But it's not just the kicks he was afraid of. Mendez knows that Justin has a very well thought out strategy for everything he does. It may seem like it's all madness, but really it isn't. He said that Justin knows what he's doing. Sure, he told Khabib to focus on defending kicks because that's his weak point. I mean, you all know Nurmagomedov is a little vulnerable when it comes to leg kicks, right? The Arizona native's also got an incredible pace, and it's not something you see in MMA very often. Mendez knows that if a fighter isn't ready for that kind of pace, they're gone. He said he's going to be relentless from the first round to the last. Javier also said that Gaethje isn't much of a takedown guy, and that just proves that he thinks with strategy, not just passion. He'll force you to retire yourself. Sure, he may have lost that fight to Khabib, but that's one of his only 3 losses in the UFC, and the other 2 are huge names like Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. But even those fights were really close. They just prove that no matter who you are, you're going to have to train day in and out if you're going to face this guy. I mean, he's won Fight of the Night 6 times in his 9 UFC outings and is a 3-time Performance of the Night winner as well. There's a reason that Dana White praises him so. The UFC president thinks that Justin has the full package that a fighter needs to succeed in MMA. He commended Gaethje for his vicious leg kicks, like Javier, but he also gave some more insights. He said that Justin's got a great chin, unbelievable knockout power in both hands, and not to mention impeccable takedown defense. Like, that's the best you can get here. It really can't get more dangerous than this. White said that there's no wonder in Justin's success. A fighter like him, he belongs at the top of this world, and soon he'll prove that too against Rafael. Fiziev will praise him himself, just like Justin's former opponents have. I'm talking about Michael Chandler here, by the way, who lost to Justin in a very crucial fight in November 2021.
We're even going to sit down for this fight. Gaethje in black, Chandler.
I'm sure you remember it. That shootout was wild to say the least. It had fans screaming on their feet. After the fight, Chandler admitted that his opponent's takedown defense was even better than he'd thought. He'd revealed that he had a whole game plan set before the fight. He was going to go in there, fight smart, and just get to Justin's leg and take him down. But that never happened, did it? And that's because of his underrated but amazing takedown defense. Not just because of his wrestling skills, but just his whole plan in the octagon. The way he moves his body, dips his head, throws left hooks and overhand rights, even fighters like Michael are taken aback. So I think it goes without saying that this 34-year-old is one of MMA's most iconic fighters and can destroy anyone he wants to. And he may not be saying it right now.
Another uppercut and a left hook for Justin Gaethje. Double leg shot by Chandler.
But Rafael Fiziev also knows that. The 29-year-old striking specialist knows that Justin will be a very difficult challenge, or at least that's what he said when he first proposed the fight. In the post-match interviews after the Best Rafael battle, the fighter pointed to his worn-out and bruised face, saying that Justin could easily do worse to him. He knows that his next opponent is dangerous. He said that he's got a very good chance of getting knocked out by him. But like anyone else in this sport, Fiziev still is optimistic. He thinks that he can also knock Justin out pretty easily. What shocked me more than this, though, was Fiziev underplaying Gaethje's kicks, because man, you haven't seen it right now, and you're going to suffer really badly on the 18th if you don't prepare for it.
You think I will work what I do all my life in the UFC? If you want a money fight, you fight with me, bro.
I mean, have you forgotten Gaethje's fight against Tony Ferguson? Everything was against him back then. Bet Today USA had dubbed Gaethje as the massive underdog, but this Arizona native defied all odds to beat Ferguson in what's probably the best performance of Justin's career. What didn't he use? He threw kicks, punches, grunts, everything. You could hear them echo through the Jacksonville arena as he broke his opponent's 12-fight win streak. And out of everything, it was his amazing legs that really got him to the top. The appreciative footwork and his devastatingly strong trademark leg kicks annihilated Ferguson. Tony was left panting and battered at the end of every round, withstanding a flurry of powerful shots by his strong-willed opponent. I mean, his eyes were completely swollen, and you could also see a massive gash on his cheeks. He probably wasn't prepared for the stellar and tactical play that Justin put out there, and Fiziev is about to make the same mistake. But just like Tony, he'll have to pay for it as well. Tony's an excellent fighter, and he still hung in there for pretty long. But Rafael, he might just have to give in even sooner, because he may be the betting favorite right now, but so is Tony. But that doesn't guarantee anything. With that, that's a wrap on why Justin Gaethje will beat Rafael Fiziev.
Tony just pushed him away.
Did you hear what Gaethje told him?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He said being an a-hole gets you nowhere.
Let's see what.
Man, so much heart. Rocked badly twice. Eats a big left hand, and there's Gaethje rocked bad, but Gaethje all heart.
The judges' scorecards for decision. The judges scored the contest 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Rafael